take a 22mm socket and remove these lug nuts on the wheel. Now I'm going to remove the wheel. I'm going to remove these two caliper bolts, use a 13mm socket. Loosen them up first. Right, now I'm just going to take a straight blade screwdriver and just pry the caliper over a little bit, just to compress the pistons a little bit. And that's good. Now I can slide the caliper off. And then take a brake caliper hanger and hang the caliper from the coil spring. Just make sure there's no tension on the hose. Now I'll take the brake pads off. Now we're going to take these caliper bracket bolts off. Use a 21mm socket. Break those free. Take those bolts out and slide that bracket right off. I'm going to take this screw out, use a T30 socket. Now I'll take a hammer and just hit right on these parts of the rotor. Try not to hit the studs. There we go. And slide it off. Now I want to clean up this hub a little bit. I'm going to use a die grinder and just clean up some of this rust. I'm not going to go too crazy, just lightly sand it, or you could use a wire brush. I'm just going to take a light coat of anti-seize. And just go around the hub. Now I'm going to take this rotor, put it on backwards first, take some brake parts cleaner, and wipe it off. And then spin it around. You want to line this hole up with that threaded hole. And do the same on this side. Now I'm going to put this screw in. And just snug it down. Now we're going to clean up the brake caliper bracket. Take these slides off or anti-rattle clips. Just use a straight blade screwdriver. Slide that off. You can do the same on the other side. And we want to clean up some of this rust. You can use a wire brush. Or you can use a die grinder. Just be careful, don't take off too much material. Cleaned up, just take some brake caliper grease. Just do a nice thin coat. And put this pad slide back on. And lock it down. And just another thin coat of brake caliper grease right where the pads are going to slide. Then you can do the same on the other side. Now I'm going to pull the caliper pins out, just like that. You take a little bit of brake parts cleaner, and just clean these off. And if it's extremely dirty, you can clean out the inside as well with brake parts cleaner. Take some caliper grease. And slide it back in. And then just make sure you set this boot back around the pin. And you can do the same for the other side. Now you can put this caliper bracket over the rotor and put these bolts in. You can use some thread locking compound on these bolts. Then we can torque these bolts to 129 foot-pounds. Start with the top one. and then the bottom. Then we'll take the brake pads, and the one with the squealer or the brake warning indicator is going to go on the inside with the tab facing up, and the other one's going to go on the outside. Now I just take the caliper off the hanger. I'm going to use a brake caliper tool to compress the piston. Going the wrong way. And just slowly compress the piston back into the caliper. As you do this, this is going to push brake fluid through the caliper, through the hoses, through the lines, back up to the master cylinder. All right, those pistons are compressed. Now take the caliper, make sure the hose isn't twisted, and just slide it over the pads. And put the bolts back in. And torque these bolts to 47 foot-pounds, starting with the top one. All right, now I'm going to put the tire back on. And put the lug nuts on. Now I'm going to tighten the lug nuts down to 140 foot-pounds in a cross pattern to tighten the wheel down evenly. I'll just go around again, double check. And now you want to pump the brake pedal. Just go nice and slow. There's going to be an air gap between the brake caliper piston and the brake pads. And once it feels good, then you're all set. And double check the fluid level and adjust accordingly.